Every young boy needs a mark in time where they say you're no longer allowed to do childish things.
That's right.
And this is why we have so many grown men stuck in basements, because we haven't gave them a ceremony. Say this village needs to now treat such and such like a man. He has put away childish things now, and he is now to be treated and given responsibility. And so that's what our goal is in the cave, is to create this comprehensive boy, heal the boy so we can stop intergenerational trauma and start intergenerational healing.
First Corinthians 13:11 too.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what's beautiful is that the fathers, I say in every grown man there's a broken boy inside. And Frederick Douglass says it's easier to raise children than it is to repair broken men. How that is very true. However, we should not leave men broken. And so I have a passion for mending men, using the mat to heal the father and son relationship. As men of our era, we grew up, we had to be tough. Don't cry, that's a sign of weakness. And many times when I have recruits doing something completely different, like one instance, we were just doing break falls. And one of the young men started crying. I'm like, what's wrong? And he kept looking at his dad. He looked back at me, and he kept looking at his dad. And his dad is a boxer, ex-boxer. And I called his father on the mat. And I shared with him what's going on. And he says, man, I pushed him way too hard. I said, well, share that with him. And I sat both of them on the side, and they were just hugging each other and talking, because he needed to share his wounds with his own son. And so as long as a father fears vulnerability, our sons will grow up and start repressing what they feel. And then the cycle of being like unavailable emotionally for our wives continues, and I know so many good men, especially millennial men, don't have mentors. And so they fear getting married because your Instagram profile is not your life. Eventually, she's going to see that you worry. She's going to see that
you cry.
You cry. You're fearful. You got a father wound, or your mother wasn't there. And so as men, it's like, man, they want to get their ducks in a row, which is admirable. But I always ask them, when is the last time you seen ducks in a row? And, seriously, and our good friend, we were outside talking to him, and that was his reason for not marrying a woman he longed for.
Because he never saw no ducks in a row?
No, he just wanted to have his finances, the house, and everything, and I get that. And that makes sense, but you about to lose this woman that you can get. And because he married her, they're doing great things right now. My wife and I got it together. We worked hard. She made more money than me.
Oh, you got to say that again, Mr. Wilson. My wife and I got it together.
Oh, and man. So I didn't want to lose my wife for my producing dreams, but because she made more money than me didn't make me less of a man, less of a leader. I still led my home. I put her check in our bank account. And now, my wife I learned to value myself more than from what I do. And that's why when I get approached by men, doctors, lawyers, come up to me crying, man, say, I don't feel valuable, because we base everything on what we do instead of who we are. And that's why we work tirelessly. We adopted the grinding mentality, which is killing a lot of us.